John Cyswllt gweithio i Hybu Cymru a heddi dyn ni yn Fferm Mygelli yn Cymer yn mynd i siarad am pwysigrwydd y dewis o un amser maen nhw'n barod i fynd i'r farchnad. Fel dyn ni gyd yn gwybod, mae costau mae ffermwyr yn Gymru wedi dod o hyd i yn y blwyddyn diwethaf wedi bod yn arswyd. Mae'r pwysigrwydd o dewis yr ŵyn ar amser gorau yn ofnadw o bwysig achos hwnna gall fod y gwaniaeth rhwng wneud arian a yn ymffodus dim ond cyfro costau i ni. Wedyn ni, dyn ni gyda sawl o'n mae i edrych trwyddo a dyn ni'n bod ni edrych ar mannau pwysig i edrych ar yr o'n pan yn dewis nhw. A hefyd pam dylen ni fod mor awyddus i wneud siŵr bod ni'n defnyddio'r amser i dewis yr ŵyn ar amser iawn. Mae'r farchnadol sydd gyda ni, maen nhw'n tueddu edrych am yr un teip o ŵyn. Y neges yw gyfynnwch i'r prynwyr, naill yn y marchnad dabyw neu yn y lladdau, pwy fath o ŵyn maen nhw'n edrych, a wedyn sicrhau bod yr ŵyn sydd gyda ni yn iawn am y farchnad maen nhw'n cynhyrchu de. Peth arall dyn ni siarad wedyn ni yw wneud siŵr bod ni'n lleihau unrhyw wastraff sydd gyda ni. Wedyn ni, un o wastraffau mwyaf yn ffodus yw ŵyn sydd wedi mynd drosodd, sydd wedi mynd bach yn rhyddew de. Mae hwnna'n costi i'r ffermwr, mae hefyd yn costi i'r lladdau achos maen nhw'n goffod gwaredu yr braster ychwanegol yma de. Hefyd, amser trafod o ŵyn, neu siŵr dim i cleisio, amser ni roi injections i nhw, neu siŵr bod nhw injections yr nodwydd i hunan y lan, achos oherwydd hwnni wedyn dyn ni gallu cael problemau gyda abscesses a pethau hwnna. A hefyd, fel ni'n gweud, fel ni'n trafod nhw yn eu hunain. Neu siŵr, ar y cefen hwnna, mae gyd o'r cig fwyaf drydau ar y cos hefyd. Os ni'n gallu, rownd y gwddog, dan y bol, fyna yw mannau gorau i gallu trafod yr o'n. Y peth arall dyn ni'n mynd i sôn am heddiw yw pwysigrwydd o wneud siŵr bod rhywun y lan yn symud o'n mynd i'r farchnad. Mae hwnna'n hollol bwysig i ni, a bydd yn mynd yn fwy bwysig gyda amser, amser ni edrych arno faint o amser mae cig gallu fod ar y shelf yn yr archofanadodd fawr yma. Achos mae gael fwy o shelf life yn bwysig iawn i ni, achos mae'n mynd i gallu meddwl bod cig o'n o Gymru yn mynd i fod ar y shelves yn hirach. Ac hefyd, mae'n meddwl bod ni'n gallu agor lan cwpl fwy o marchnadol dramor i ni, achos gallu nawr wedyn ni mynd ar cig ar llong yn lle hedfan y draw, beth i ni ar y funud. Wrth gwrs, mae hedfan lot fwy drud na beth yw mynd ar llong.
My name's Charlie Morgan. I work for the company Charlie Morgan Grassmaster Limited, and we're here on a Farming Connect demonstration farm at Gelli today, and we're looking at autumn feed options. This farm carries a large number of sheep. The main enterprise is finishing lamb. Obviously a challenge in the uplands, even at the end of August where everywhere's sunny. There's a heavy drizzle here today, and there's some challenges in order to finish lambs in these sort of climates. Grass is a short season when you're up in the hills as high as this, and therefore we've got to think about alternative feeds to get these lambs through to finish. One of the options that we'll be looking at today is basically how to manage things in the autumn time, in the back end of the season, in order to make sure we've got a good spring, or the best sort of spring that we can develop in that case. Looking at brassica crops, rape, turnips, maybe swedes. On today's occasion we're looking at rape and turnips, looking at ways of finishing these animals as efficiently and as intensively as we can, in order basically then to get the best out of the crop, get the best out of the lamb, but release ground as quickly as we can in order not to damage the flushing potential of these ewes and the lamb carrying capacity for the future crop. If we're more efficient in terms of growing these crops and having higher crop yields, then we release ground for tupping, which is of fundamental importance. The other thing that we look at today is basically, should we put something with these brassica crops? Should we undersow with grasses and such like? And in the uplands it's something which is becoming more apparent for a number of reasons. Basically, spring grass is a long time coming in the hills, so if we've got something undersown, like an Italian type of grass, then we've got an earlier spring bite for those ewes and lambs as they develop. Obviously, the other things when you're working on hillsides, if we've got fallow ground after we've grazed brassica crops off, we've got the risk of soil loss. And we haven't got a great deal of soil in the hills, so we don't want to lose any more than we need to. And obviously we don't want to pollute our watercourses and lose our fertiliser and nutrients. So having an undersown crop to try and protect that soil and get an early bite is something that's fundamentally important that we'll consider today. Moving on from that, there are alternative protein crops that we can discuss. Chicory is obviously on farmers' minds quite a lot these days, so we'll discuss whether chicory would fit in the upland areas on this particular farm. We can look at clovers. the fact that they're there at this time of year at high quality to finish lambs, but also fixing nitrogen for us for the future crops, so that's an important thing we'll cover. And basically we'll be estimating the health of our clover at this time of year, because large plants going into the winter is something we're looking for. Although clover this year has been absolutely brilliant based on this spring soil temperatures, clover's done really, really well. But is it of a large enough size in terms of stolon thickness and density to carry itself through a difficult winter? So we'll be investigating our health of our clovers and also the varieties and species of our grasses that are there.